In this video session, I am going to discuss the chapter number 4, that is moving charges and magnetism. Moving charges and magnetism. In this chapter, we have to mainly discuss about the magnetism produced by the electric current. So, what is magnetism? So, the branch of physics which deals in moving charges and magnetic effect produced by them is called magnetism. Here I am mainly discussing about the magnetism caused by the electric current. It is said that when a current is passing through a conductor, then around the conductor a magnetic field is produced. So let us consider here there is a conductor AB, okay, and this is connected through a battery E, and there is a rheostat also provided just to control the amount of current. This is key. There is a key also, and this is your conductor AB. Now this is battery, rheostat. When this K is pressed or this is closed, when circuit is kept closed, the circuit is closed, then current begins to pass through this conductor. Then when the current is passing through conductor, this AB, how can we know that there is a magnetic field? So for that, a magnetic compass is kept. There is a magnetic compass kept here which starts deflecting, and this deflection is a convincing proof of existence of magnetic field around this AB. And this is first given by Oersted in 1820. That is why it is also known as Oersted experiment. This is your current, and when the strength of current, when the strength of current is increased, then deflection is found to be increased. What does it mean? It means that this magnetism, the magnetism developed here means around this conductor is just because of the current. Again, when the polarity of battery is reversed. What is mean by this statement? That is, when direction of current is reversed. Generally, we are reversing the direction of current is reversed. Then the deflection is found to be reversed as that we have observed in the first case. So this deflection is again proving that there is an existence of magnetic field around the conductor AB. With this simple experiment, Oersted was first to prove the existence of magnetic field, and that is why the total setup or total experiment is known as Oersted experiment. Now, concept of magnetic field. What is meant by a magnetic field? So generally it is defined as the space around a magnet or CCC, that is current carrying conductor, in which magnetic influence can be felt. It's called magnetic field. Now, what is meant by influence can be felt? Suppose there is a magnet. Here I am taking a permanent magnet or a bar magnet. There is a magnet N S, and there is another magnet here N S. When this magnet is here, it is not exerting any force on it, or there is no interaction between them. Again, this magnet reaches here NS. Still there is no interaction. But when this magnet reaches here NS, it starts attracting. Why there is attraction? You know that S and N, there are two opposite poles attracting each other. So it starts attracting. Why this magnet is not attracting when the magnet was here and when here? Why it starts attracting from here? Because it reaches in the magnetic field, means this magnet has its own field just like this. When another magnet enters here, you can influence, you can feel its effect. Means what it can do, it can either repel or attract other magnets. That is why magnetic field has a definition that it is the space around a magnetic or current carrying conductor, you can also take, because a current carrying conductor produces own magnetic field. So in which magnetic influence can be felt is called magnetic field. It is represented by, means denoted by B, letter B. But in this chapter we have to discuss about the magnetic field due to current. So we are taking current only here. Again, here we have seen that there is a force, means this magnet, or if it would be a CCC, means current carrying conductor, so it start attracting or repelling. So in attraction or repulsion there is a force, and that force is known as magnetic force. Now magnetic force. So it is observed that when a charge is moving in a magnetic field, it experiences a force which is called magnetic force. And it is observed also that this magnetic force, if F be the force, which force? Magnetic force. If F be the force acting on a moving charge Q with velocity V. If the charge is moving with velocity V in a magnetic field B, then this F is directly proportional to Q. Equation number 1. This F is directly proportional to V, means velocity of moving charge. Directly proportional means if you will increase the this quantity, means the charge or velocity, the force will increase. This F is directly proportional to magnetic field, and this force is directly proportional to sine theta. And what is angle? This angle is between velocity vector and magnetic field vector. So combining this, you can write F is directly proportional to QVB sine theta, or there is a constant, proportionality constant K QVB sine theta, and this where K is equals to constant of proportionality. Which constant? Constant of proportionality. And K has a value 1, therefore we can write F is equals to Q VB sine theta. Q VB sine theta, we have a force. Now further this can be written as there is a Q VB sine theta na, so we are writing Q into V cross B. Why there is a cross product? You better know this, because of the cross product. Okay. Now we have seen that force on a moving charge is equals to Q VB sine theta. Okay. Now from this we will make some definitions here, and first we will define the magnetic field. If Q is equals to 1 coulomb, velocity is equals to 1 meter per second, and theta is equals to 90 degree. Suppose we have made a definition here, we have to make, so F would becomes B. F would become B. Now what you conclude from here? So this magnetic field intensity, this B is the magnetic field intensity, so we will make a definition here. Thus magnetic field induction or intensity point is defined as the force. Here you can see this B is equals to force, but there is no, we cannot say that it is force, or it is having the same dimension and same unit as that of force. But we have made a definition. What the definition is? Magnetic field intensity at a point is defined as the force experienced by a unit charge. Unit charge means of 1 coulomb moving with unit velocity. Which velocity? Unit velocity perpendicular to field at that point. Now we have defined what is magnetic field intensity. So magnetic field intensity is generally the force experienced by a charge. Which charge? Moving charge. When it is moving with a 1 meter per second speed, having the magnitude of charge 1 coulomb and perpendicular to the field. Now what is SI unit of magnetic field? Is Tesla T, and CGS unit is Gauss, denoted by G. And one, there is a relation 1 Tesla is equals to 10 to power 4 Gauss, and 1 Gauss is equals to 10 to power minus 4 Tesla. Okay. Again, definition of 1 Tesla. again we start from this B. What is B? So B is F divided by Q V sine theta. It would be, now if Q is equals to 1 coulomb, velocity is 1 meter per second, theta is equals to 90 degree, and F is also 1 Newton. If F is 1 Newton, we have to take by ourselves, okay, just to make the definitions. Then B would be, this is 1, 1, 1 and 1. So if RHS is 1, so LHS must be 1. So this also would be 1. But 1 what? 1 kg meter? No. B, because B has a unit Tesla, so we have to write 1 T. That is 1 Tesla. So what is the definitions we have? Hence 1 Tesla is the magnetic field, magnetic field experienced by a unit charge moving with unit velocity but perpendicular to field. So this is our definition of 1 Tesla. Means 1 Tesla if charge moving at any point, means suppose this is a point, okay, and a charge passes from it, is about to pass. If charge is of 1 coulomb, moving with 1 meter per second, and if this is perpendicular to the field here, if whatever be the field exerting here, if this charge is passing perpendicular to field, then total magnetic field will be here of equals to 1 Tesla. Now, dimension of magnetic field is equals to, we have studied that B F is equals to Q V B sine theta, or F is equals to Q into V cross B. This is the Lorentz force. This is also known as Lorentz magnetic force. From here we can find the B. So B is equals to B Q V sine theta. So if you have to find the dimension, so we will take dimensions of Q, dimension of V, and since the dimension of sine is sine theta or other T ratios are dimensionless, so B is equals to, what is the dimension of F? This is multi minus 2, charge 80 and velocity LT. So when you finalize this, so this becomes M, L, and L is going to be cancelled here, and this T and T would be cancelled, L0, so T is left only 2, A inverse. This is the dimension of B. So we have studied the dimensions, SI unit and all other quantities. So SI unit is Tesla, 10 to power 4 Gauss. Tesla or Weber per meter square is the SI unit, Gauss is the CCS unit, and B has a dimension of this. Now this all represent a force, but here the question arises, since force is a vector quantity, so how can we find the direction of vector quantity? So for the direction of force, it is obtained by Fleming's left hand rule. What is Fleming? According to the Fleming's left hand rule, when you stretch your left hand's finger, forefinger, middle finger and thumb in such that they all are mutually perpendicular to each other, and if the thumb is indicating the magnetic field this middle finger is along the velocity, means along the velocity vector of the charge taken here q, and then thumb will give the direction of magnetic force acting on this charge. So this is how we can calculate the magnetic field. Definitions we have seen, and we have find out the direction of force.